Oh, it's here. It's here, brilliant. MZ80, got it.
Welcome to Live Darts Iceland, where another week has passed and another Sunday is upon us. Now, this is the final of the fourth instalment of the ShootOut, a stay-at-home series of tournaments organised by the Icelandic Darts Association. Now, this week's final sees Scotland's Alan Soutar, the champion of the third event, take on another Scotsman in Scott Campbell, who is on his IDA shootout debut. Now, the ever-strong Alan Soutar received a bye in the first round and then beat Bjorn Steinar Brynolfsson and Hallie Eils, both live-streamed, and of course only dropping 3 legs in the process with comfortable averages. Debutant Scott Campbell beat Patrick Buss 10-5 in the first round before being involved in an absolute corker of a match, culminating in a last leg decider against William Scott, eventually sealing the win. A 10-6 semi-final victory over Princess Sara Kodadadi of Iran, who did find some form herself, booked Campbell's place in the final in what is sure to be a high-quality affair. Now, in darts, certainties are rare. However, this evening, it is inevitable that we will see a second consecutive IDA shootout victory for Scotland, but who exactly it goes to will be decided in the next hour or so. Game on.
All right, okay. All the best, Scotty. Play well, mate.
This is a rather exciting final between 2 Scotsmen. In fact, 2 Scots. Well, one of them is called Scott, the other is called Alan. I'm sure it's going to be a tight-knit final. I'm sure it's going to be
6-1.
The same. The man you see throwing now is Alan Soutar, the champion of IDA's shootout event number 3. Existing and current champion, might I add.
180.
And the guy who just threw then, by the way, these are all practice starts.
Seconds, take the board, okay.
Right.
Just put me in as a 180.
There was no 180 by my recollection. It just said 180. But there you go, 60 points for Scott Campbell. And Alan starting things off, there we go, all set now with a very small 180, which means...
Wow, that was an Alan Soutar 180. That's worthy of a subscription on YouTube. Are you going to subscribe? Who even are you?
There you go, with thanks to
1-4.
a special assistant for that video. Yeah, we're toying with all the technology today. We've got videos, we've got all sorts. I've got an Alan Soutar 180 video. Unfortunately,
1, 2, 3.
Scott Campbell 180 didn't actually end up recording, so apologies, Scott. But of course, Scott is privy to hitting big scores himself. Alan Soutar, by the way, 180, followed by a 1, 2, 3. Starting slowly, I can see.
60.
Slowly. Yeah, both of these players have won through all of their games. I think it was Alan who received a bye in the first round, Scott having to play out that first round.
100.
Found a result against Princess Sara Kodadadi, who did find a bit of a result herself. Alan, as I just mentioned, started off rather slowly, averaging only a small matter of 1-3-4. We do expect it to go down, but it's Alan Soutar, anything goes. These 2 players both represent Scotland, have both played in the Scottish team together, if I'm not mistaken. Alan just toying up his options, probably treble 20, and that looks like it's in. He's not missing, not missing much at the moment. Well, no, it wasn't in. There you go. Turns out he did actually miss that one. But he didn't miss his double 16. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Brilliant stuff there from Soutar.
We're not just on Facebook, we're not just on YouTube, we're on Twitter, Twitch and Periscope as well. Search for Live Darts Iceland, get involved, subscribe to all of them, and don't miss a second, and don't miss a dart.
I wish that was live, but I can assure you it's not. Little snippets
100.
of me throwing bits and bobs, or presenting bits and bobs, should I say. Have a look at that. He's got such a high average, Alan, that it won't actually fit completely on the screen. Isn't that marvellous? 90 from Scott Campbell himself, by the way. Certainly not bad. And if he carries on averaging 90 throughout, this is going to be a very, very competitive tussle. Surely Alan can't continue a 1-2-5 average throughout this match. That would just be crazy. Early days yet.
140.
In the very first level, in the second leg now. But this is going to be a high quality affair, let me tell you. What I'm looking forward to. And the next 45 minutes to an hour.
70.
For entertainment. You know that a game's good when you get a score of 100, a 3 dart score of 100 is actually quite bad.
180.
And is that the second 180 for Alan Soutar? Yes, it very much is.
Wow, that was an Alan Soutar 180. That's worthy of a subscription on YouTube. Are you going to subscribe? Who even are you?
90 cents.
Little assistant. Here we go. Soutar on 81 after just 9 darts. Teeing it up.
49.
William Scott, who lost out to Scott Campbell actually in a game in which both players played very well. He's just complimenting my beard, saying nice beard, Robbie. Great beard, Robbie. Thanks. It's nothing compared to yours, William Scott, but thank you. It is appreciated. If you do want to see the William Scott beard, then keep watching your IDA shootout, because I'm sure William is going to feature again. Has a nice ton 40 there for Scott Campbell. Does put pressure on this double 16. It really does.
Yeah, game 3.
Pressure. What pressure? No such pressure.
Loads of action to come on Live Darts Iceland. We've got the Iceland Masters, we've got the Iceland Open, we've even got from Akureyri in North Iceland the 301 Icelandic Championship. That's going to be good fun, but for now, let's go back to the action. Oh, please subscribe to all our channels. Yeah, that's why I did this video.
Well, Matty asked me to record a couple of bits and bobs to go between legs and stuff. I need to upload the outtakes reel, because there were some brilliant outtakes.
180.
As the bed is filled, by my eyes anyway, by Scott Campbell, and there is a ton 80 for Scott, who may well be 2-0 down. He's averaging 97. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. More than 97 now, nearly 100. Tracy is watching on the big TV. Oh, blimey. Chosen the wrong day to showcase my beard then, haven't I?
140.
Great job.
There for Scott Campbell, backing up his wonderful 180. What a better way to back up a 180 than with a 140. Well, okay, another 180 would have been slightly better, but it doesn't matter.
140.
It doesn't matter. Treble 20s galore. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. The lowest score in his leg has been 100. I think that's it.
121.
That's it as well. Considering you got a single one first dart, that is what I call a valiant way of cleaning up that leg. That's it rather. He's left himself 60 after 9, including a big one. That wasn't intentional. Wonderful stuff here from Scott Campbell, who's surely gonna go 20 in tops and take this 60 out in 2 darts. Surely. Playing with each other in the Scotland team.
20.
And no! But no chance here for Alan, who's back on 181. Crazy to think he needed another treble 20 in his last visit.
$105.
There we go then, Alan. 100, 140, 80. And that visit of 105, and he's probably not going to get a dart at a double. Scott Campbell needs just double top. Oh, it doesn't look to me like he's going to be affecting negatively with pressure. That's 3 misses though. That is 3 misses. And now Alan Soutar. Well, it says on my screen bust, but that looked like it was 3 above the 20s. Alan Soutar is going to get 2 darts here at double 8.
Game
3-0 in the harshest 3-0 of the lot. What a harsh 3-0. But it is 3-0. That was a break of throw. So Alan throwing to make it 4. This is remarkable. This is remarkable. That 102 average I've not stopped talking about from a couple of weeks ago. But look at this. Alan yet to lose a game
57.
in the IDA shootout. If anyone's likely to beat him, it's going to be this guy, Scott Campbell. And we've got royalty, darting royalty in the house. I've just seen Devon Peterson stop by to say hello, saying there are 2 top players in Alan Soutar and Scott Campbell. Lovely to have you with us, Devon. If you're watching, Devon, if you're listening, do you fancy coming up with some guest commentary?
180.
Maybe a quick interview. That would be nice, wouldn't it? And what else is nice is Alan Soutar's finding of the treble 20 as he pins in yet another ton 80. I wish I was keeping statistics, I really do.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Sway into the treble 1. This is fantastic. This is entertainment. Who needs to go out to watch live sporting entertainment? Scott Campbell hitting a treble 1, being a poor dart. Oh, and Alan's in it again.
180.
Oh, Alan Soutar.
Wow, that was an Alan Soutar 180. That's worthy of a subscription on YouTube.
I was saying that was a poor dart from Scott Campbell. When a 1, 2, 3 is a poor visit, and I'm not saying it in a bad way, I'm saying he managed to find a treble 1, still backs up with 2 treble 20s. And look where Alan Soutar is, 84. Army of both players is very much in full voice on the chat, as Alan Soutar's not missing much. He's not missing much, is Alan Soutar. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving every second of this. Got supporters from Scott, we've got supporters of Alan. Who are you supporting? Let me know in the Facebook chat, YouTube chat, Periscope chat, Twitch chat. Follow us on all the platforms as well. Follow us on all the platforms. Live Darts Iceland got very, very hot. Have a look at these averages.
16.
92 and is 4-0 down. Isn't that something? Isn't that crazy? I couldn't assure you of anything, but you rather think that Scott Campbell is not going to be whitewashed. He couldn't even win. Isn't that
120.
That had 180 written all over it. But maybe that's what Scott Campbell needed to get his first leg. It's not going to be. It can't be a whitewash. Scott Campbell's doing next to nothing wrong. He's hitting treble 20s for fun. That was 2 of them right there. That was 2 of them right there. I tell you something, this is world class. This is absolute from both players.
60.
World class. Put both of these players in this form up against the top players, and we would have a game on our hands, let me tell you. What is that? 2 darts swaying into those ones. It looks like it from here. And was that a slip? Scott Campbell's worst visit of the game. Still averaging in excess of 90.
140.
I'll tell you something, if you're not glued to the screen here, if you're not glued in anticipation of every single dart, then there's something wrong with you. Well, Scott's having a rare leg off.
45.
Leg off. Not getting down to a finish from 280, a real rarity from Scott Campbell. A real rarity. If you're just joining us and you're seeing, 4-0, Alan's up to his usual tricks. Well, Alan is up to his usual tricks.
165.
Scott's not playing badly at all. Having a leg off. Everyone's allowed a leg off. But a couple of missed darts at tops and 10s. Was it tops and 10s or was it just tops? I think it was just tops. Means Alan has darts to make it 5. Zip! Don't think Scott's going to worry too much. I mean, you know how quickly we've had 5 legs. Really quickly to get 5 more. And they could all go in the favour of Scott Campbell. Alan Soutar pinning in that double 8 to break the throw.
Hope you're enjoying the match so far. You see that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube? Or that like button if you're watching on Facebook? Do us a favour, click it. We've got loads of content and I promise you, you're not going to regret it.
Use my weird thumbs up at the end.
85.
Thumbs up I do. Opening of 85. That could be a mistake. Really needs to get a couple of trebles. He does. 85 now. Maybe the best thing to happen to him, and unfortunately for Scott Campbell, that hasn't happened. Needs to break. He needs to break quickly. It's, 6-0. Not impossible, but not so easy.
100.
Score line to overcome. I've got to say, I rarely tweet at Robbie Darts if you want to have a look at the rubbish I put on. I rarely tweet. I put a tweet on yesterday about me doing something decent in darts. I won't say what it is because it's not about me today. It's about these two brilliant Scotsmen. And a
140.
bit of interaction there as Scott Campbell finding that treble 20 again. And his last few visits not been quite up to scratch, but a 140, that'll certainly make him feel better. 316 apiece minus these for Alan.
125.
Alan finding two of his very own right there. Looked to be a ton 40, but that dart did sway into that single 5. Alan would Scott rather would love a ton 40 here. 81 will have to do.
43.
I think that was the 81. It wasn't, it was only 43. That was a mistake. Because, sorry, it would be a hold of throw. I think, you know, if
100.
Alan is going to win this leg, Scott just needs to focus right. Forget the last 6 legs. I need to hold here. That's the first task. Need to hold here. Ideally breaking here, but sometimes it's out of your hands. When Alan's on 91, Scott can't leave himself a finish. It is out of your hands. Hope you're enjoying this absolute madness. Absolute madness. He's really saving his best for the final, is Alan. Well, he went the 14s. Big single would have left the bullseye. Would he have gone for it? Maybe to keep his average up. And to try and win the leg, obviously.
51.
Alan's been clinical on his double. He really has. Great use of the outer ball last start. And I've got love in the comments. If you, I do see all the comments that come up, so if you want to pop a little comment on the live streams, do feel free to do so. Thank you to those of you who have, including Tracy, who said it. She's put it very simply, and I'll tell you in just a second.
Yeah,
Alan, never in doubt, smack bang in the middle of that double top. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Sensational. Sorry, I'm trying too much to be a bit like Sib Waddell, the late great Sib Waddell, arguably the best commentator of all time. Tracy, as I said, I hope you're enjoying this. Tracy has simply said it's live darts. What more can we ask for? I completely agree, Tracy. The task here for Scott Campbell is win by holding throw. That's the task. Don't forget everything else. Forget scoreline, hold, throw here. Will he be feeling a bit of pressure? Possibly. Possibly. But it's not alien for Scott. Scott has dealt with pressure in the past before. I was obviously mentioned Sib Waddell, the late great Sib Waddell. Another commentator who's found a little bit of ill health. I don't want to draw too much attention, but I do think
100.
it would be fitting to say is Rod Studd, the Sky commentator. I think him and Mardle do an absolutely stellar job. I think all the professional commentators do. And I've got to say, do wish Rod Studd and his family all the very best. Rod has found a little bit of ill health.
81.
And of course, all of us here at Live Darts Iceland, and indeed the IDA Shootout, wish him a very, very speedy recovery. Darts needs him. Him and Mardle arguing in the comms box.
137.
Beautiful, beautiful couple of trebles there from Alan Soutar. He'd love to fill up the bed here with Scott Campbell. He'd absolutely love to fill the bed up. 140, okay.
81.
Single one's not what he wanted. It really isn't. And darts can be such a cruel sport. You know, if you didn't see the scoreline and you're watching some of the stuff Scott Campbell's doing, and I was to say, oh, he hasn't won a leg yet, you'd think I was crazy.
100.
I think I was crazy. We've had Stephen, who's been echoing my sentiments on Rod Stubb. Thank you for that, Stephen. And live stream darts on YouTube. Hello, hello, has said. Watched every time I've watched Alan Soutar, he's been outstanding. You know, for Alan, a mid-80s average is poor. And you know, mid-80s average, alright.
140.
It's not bad, is it? Talking of alright, not bad, is it? 140 points to leave Alan on 24. As I said, all of about 2 minutes ago, his doubling has been sensational. That double top in the last leg, smack bang in the middle of the bed. First dart in hand. Scott Campbell here can put pressure on. I think that's in. He'd love to fill it. He'd love to.
140.
Did he? Did he? Did he?
Yeah, checking
Doesn't
one.
matter. It was a 140. Didn't matter in the end because Soutar once again found the double he was looking for. He's doing some stuff. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. And it was a break of throw. Oh, this is the cruelest sport in the world. But you gotta love it. You gotta love it. It's what makes darts so unique from the
140.
other sports. Rewards are instant. It's quick fire. Alan nearly pinned in a 9-darter the first time I commentated on him. I keep talking about it because it was such a great move. If you haven't seen it, by nearly, I mean, he got 6 treble 20s, and the 7th attempt was just in the treble 1. And Scott Campbell opening with a very, very poor
60.
score by his standards of 26. If that was me throwing, I'd be very happy. It's a small matter of 26 points. This is a little better. Another one here.
Done.
That's a ton. It might not be enough. If he's finding the treble 20, it was a ton. If he's finding the treble 20, that's all he can do, isn't it? Talking of finding the treble 20.
140.
Oh, Alan. Alan Soutar. Alan Soutar. Fortunately, I'm trying to play.
Wow, that was an Alan Soutar 180. That's worthy of a subscription on YouTube. Are you going to subscribe? Who even are you?
Many thanks to my girlfriend for helping me out. Will you subscribe? Who even are you? That's how we speak to each other.
99.
That's how we speak to each other. Right, what can Campbell do? Can he get down to a finish? It's possible. Stuart Watson, thank you for getting in touch on the Facebook. Comment has said this sort of stuff from Alan wouldn't be out of place in the Premier League darts. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Oh, Alan, stop it, man. Oh, Alan. Oh, he's missed a double, and he's not happy with that.
Wow. 46.
Blimey. The average, by the way, before this leg was over, and he's actually averaging 110, 111 off before that visit, was Alan Soutar. Scott, there's not much he can do at the moment. Taking a step back, maybe the right decision. You focus on the John Ham one leg at a time. I love the switch to treble 18s. Especially when you get a 1, and a marker sort of 1. I do like a treble 18 switch. I also like the 19s to 17s as well. But that's me as a very poor darter. That is 3 back-to-back darts at double miss for Alan Soutar, but it's certainly not 4. Brilliant, brilliant stuff from Alan Soutar. John Barr has stolen the words out of my mouth. Scott's playing well, but Suits is in a different planet at the moment. Not necessarily to Scott. He's just in a different planet to every other person on planet Earth. I've been loving the stream darts over the last couple of months. You know, there's been some brilliant, brilliant work. I think the IDA have done a great job. Can you beat Alan Soutar? If you can, register for next week's tournament. If you think you can do it, I tell you, he doesn't average 110 every week. But he averages a lot. Alan Soutar,
59.
set to become the first IDA champion to hold his title. 3 weeks so far, 3 different champions: Matty, Tom, and Alan. It's surely going to be Matty, Tom, Alan, and Alan. That being said, Alan hasn't found a treble with the first 6 darts. Scott Campbell has. And this may well be the leg that Scott Campbell holds.
Done.
More significantly at the moment avoids the whitewash. Very possible. Did find a nice steady ton there as well. Alan needs a treble here.
Ton.
Fine, gets one. Gets one. I guess Scott Campbell does in this leg have that 1 treble advantage. He's kind of 1 treble ahead. Made that 2. Now that's inviting, is it not? Maybe it was less inviting than I originally thought. Scott either dropped his dart or is stopping to adjust. I think he dropped his dart.
81.
Well, he could have done without that, because that single one means he's not on a finish. If he was on 161, giving it a go, and if he didn't get it, he would have been
96.
a little friendlier. Would have been 19 points better off. But that being said, it doesn't really matter. Only 7 points in it, but Scott with the darts. Important here. Scott's not going to want to walk away with a 10-0 defeat. Too many of those single ones. He did start off really well.
80.
But as Alan improved, Scott seemed to be finding more of those treble-less visits. Scott should, really, considering he's hit 4 trebles in this visit, find the treble and get a shot at double here.
41.
It might be a couple of double tops. He'll hope to get treble with his first dance. He's very doable. He's a good lad. Oh, that is the worst thing to happen. And that maybe is summing up Scott Campbell's evening.
68.
Perhaps it's just not meant to be. And this would be ever so typical, wouldn't it? You know, I do of course I want Scott Campbell to win a leg, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. Make a game out. Oh, Alan, he couldn't, could he? He's going to stay there, surely. It was the right decision. It really was. It looked like an inviting outcome.
94.
Scott Campbell, then. Has not had many darts. Has had darts, but not many to win legs. He's surely going to stop the Alan Soutar drought here. Has done so with conviction. First dart in hand. Very well done. That's worth a thumbs up.
Welcome aboard, Scotty.
106 eligible.
Loads of action to come on Live Darts Iceland. We've got the Iceland Masters, we've got the Iceland Open, we've even got from Akureyri in North Iceland the 301 Icelandic Championship. That's going to be good fun, but for now, let's go back to the action. Oh, please subscribe to all our channels. Yeah, that's why I did this video.
That's me rocking the beard. Craig Patterson has been in touch in the Facebook comments, saying he's in next week. Bring on the 41 average.
Have another one.
Taking part of the count. And also, you'll be doing a great job of keeping people entertained. Wouldn't it be funny if you averaged 41, Alan Soutar averaged 110? I don't think we've yet seen a match where, well, in this anyway, where the winner has averaged more than double their opponent. It's possible. But you never know.
60.
Craig, you might just find the form of your life. Averages, averages, averages. They don't mean everything, but they're a very good guide. Only 102 now. You've done it before, Alan. 102. Needs another to up that average.
100.
I'll let him off the hook. Scott Campbell has found 1 leg. Can he make it 2 on the trot? And more importantly, would break through. If he does so, well, he's looking in pole position to do here.
100.
I think that was a 140, but that's okay. Puts him in a decent position in this leg. If he breaks here, it wasn't a 140, sorry, it was only a ton. My eyes are deceiving me. I really should put my glasses on. Oh, someone's popped in a message saying, I think Stephen, that's it, saying loving the promo clips. Thank you, Stephen. You should see the outtakes. I tell you, there were some outtakes which I couldn't get my
100.
properly. Couple of back-to-back tons for Scott Campbell. Oh, but Alan's in the treble. If he doesn't get another, that's in.
100.
Was that in? Is that a ton? Is that a ton? 40? It was a ton. Alan, Scott Campbell here, 100 points. That gets him on a nice 141. Which he would.
60.
I was going to say which he would have 6 stars. Actually, that's not necessarily true. Ignore me. So he doesn't find a treble, and that means it's Alan Soutar who's got 6 stars from his 196. Is that in the big 5? Well, he's used the bullseye there. He's done very well using the bullseye. He's a good bullseye boy. He's Alan Soutar. That said, 156. Big ask. Apologies, I've just
9.
lost scoreboard. There we go. Don't know what I've done there. Me and technology doesn't always work out. Campbell on 121. On 91, sorry. He hit 90 there with his last visit.
95.
It was a big ask. So, Scott Campbell. Is he going to use the bullseye first? He should do. He might get a dart at something here. It might be bullseye, might be something else. Well, looks like it's in the big 13. And he was going double. Couldn't do it. Couldn't find what he was looking for. So Alan Soutar then. Outer ball maybe. Every time I say that, he goes for something else because he's a confident man. He doesn't need to go out the ball. He hits what he wants when he wants.
Oh, 29.
Set for double 16 right there. Now then, this is a brilliant opportunity for Scott Campbell to not only win his second leg in a row, to also break throw. That inside, I think it is double 10. Is he moving across because he's outside?
Oh, Jesus.
Well, that double 10 was quite a way off, I think that's fair to say. So Alan Soutar then. You can't imagine him missing more darts. He doesn't miss any more darts. He misses 0 more darts. And does hold throw. It feels a little bit like a steal. Like a steal. If you're going to look at this and think 9-1, you think terrible darts by one player. Certainly not the case today. Certainly. Scott Campbell averaging 80. We've seen less than that win. We've seen 60 averages winning in this tournament. Do not miss a dart.
We're not just on Facebook, we're not just on YouTube, we're on Twitter, Twitch and Periscope as well. Search for Live Darts Iceland, get involved, subscribe to all of them and don't miss a second.
140.
Soutar. Ton 40. In a way, I'm glad he didn't get the ton 80 because I've got a ton 80 promo and it would have ruined it, wouldn't it? Ruined the promo I was playing right there.
60.
Scott Campbell, poor opening visit. Hasn't really backed it up with anything. He stayed straight on the 20s, but he knows he can do a little better than that.
140.
Oh, and it's back-to-back ton 40s from Alan Soutar. His average drops to under 100 in the last leg. That's looking to change.
140.
Campbell gets a couple of trebles of his own. In a response to the 2 ton 40s that Alan Soutar has hit. Well, if Soutar can't hit a treble here... Oh,
60.
which I don't think he has based on his body language. He didn't, so... 140 here would be rather useful. Not going to happen, sadly for Scott, so 6 darts from 1, 6-1. He may well even only need 3. Remember, this is for the match and the tournament. IDA shootout number 4 hasn't happened. I do take that back. Scott Campbell did hit a couple of trebles
60.
in that last visit. I did take that back, and he's now got a chance to make it 9-2. Sorry, I thought he did manage to 9-2. In fact, he did. That's one of them. Another one of those leaves double 10. Oh, unlucky.
118.
That's useful. That is a useful cover shot indeed. Alan Soutar. Can you get 1 dart here? Of his choosing. Of his absolute choosing. 16s. Oh, and he can't believe it. 101 would have been some way to win the tournament. It's not there. Scott Campbell may well have to make Alan serve out the match.
Yeah.
Indeed he does. Brilliant double 11 there from Scott Campbell. It's not going to be 10-0. It's not going to be 10-1. He's not giving up without a fight. It's Scott Campbell. Let's have a look at some averages, shall we? Well, the Soutar average has dropped. I know, right? 97 and it's dropped. Isn't that crazy? And the Campbell average...
97.
It's risen. Might we see the tides beginning to turn? Big ask. Scott Campbell's got to win 8 back-to-back legs. Nearly won 2, not so long ago. There's going to be a comeback. Alan, I don't think wants there to be a comeback. No such thing. No such thing.
180.
Beautiful, beautiful arrows. Wonderful indeed.
Wow, that was an Alan Soutar 180. That's worthy of a subscription on YouTube. Are you going to subscribe? Who even are you?
85.
It's not been littered with 180s, but it's been littered with big 2 treble visits. Checkouts have been brilliant, apart from the last couple of legs
60.
for Alan. His checkouts have been good. Scott's checkouts have improved as the game's gone on.
Big
Treble there, so 6 darts. Now the 101 would have been a great way to go. This 164, if he takes it out here and wins on a 164. Oh, it's doable, and he's going to do it. He's going to do it. Oh, Alan Soutar, is that in? I think it is. Alan Soutar has just won
Game 3
10-2
shotty.
on a 164 checkout. Scotland is proud. The world is proud. What an achievement, a 164. I absolutely love it. I have never commentated on a 164 checkout before, let alone a tournament-winning
That was crazy.
164.
I'm not doing that for a
Absolutely
while.
outrageous stuff from Alan Soutar. Why can't we all be that good? Why can't we all be that good? Oh, I'm in awe. I'm in shock. That was sensational.
Yeah, first couple of legs, I'm
Absolutely
thinking,
fantastic
oh no,
stuff.
this is going to be a.
I think we're going to get a bit of an interview with our players now. First question, Alan Soutar, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Robbie. How you doing?
I'm doing extremely well. Probably not quite as good as you, though. How does that feel? 164 for the title.
Yeah, it's not bad, isn't it?
Not bad. A 99 match average, 125 in that last leg, against a player. If you look at it, 10-2, that looks like an annihilation. Scott Campbell, you threw, especially in the beginning, phase of that, the kitchen sink at him. How do you beat an Alan Soutar like that?
There's no much answers there. You can't.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm guessing you've played, you played Alan a few times before. How often does he do that against you?
Actually, I don't think I've ever played Alan competitively. Just obviously a couple of times away playing for Scotland, but apart from that, I don't think we've ever actually played.
Oh, fair enough.
No, I don't think we have played in a competitive tournament. No.
Okay, well, there's a first time for everything. And that then means, no doubt when you play the replay, that Scott's going to average 106 against Alan and he's going to smash him 10-2. Is that right?
He's capable. I think he's getting his mojo back for darts again because he's lost it a wee bit, but he's been playing well in the tournament. He played well in the first 5 legs. I think that probably helped me because that probably pushed me into playing some of my best.
5-0 down throwing 106 off. It doesn't matter who you are, you're going to start struggling.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to ask about that. Did, Scott, first 5 legs, he played very, very well. And 5-0, first 5 legs. I'm guessing the fact that, Scott did play well gave you that little bit of extra oomph to carry on because you actually thought you needed to take the opportunities you did need and you did take. Otherwise, it could well have been, it could have been 5-0 the other way.
Yeah, I knew. I've kind of been thinking about the game all day today, which is a weird thing to think about. But
yeah,
just during the day, I've kind of been thinking, right, I need to plan it, get ready at this time and that, because I know Scott can play. All the players from Grampian are all top players, and Scott's an international player for Scotland, so he's a tough boy to beat. So.
And it kind of feels, this is the IDA 4 shootout, the first person to successfully defend their title, so very well done. But the title, to me, at the moment, seems like a secondary thing. It's that performance. Outrageous. The 164 at the end. Did you fancy it?
Do you know what? When you're playing in a game like that online, I think even when I practice, like we practice with you and Campbell, my practice player, I just go for things like that when you practice. Maybe in a match situation, you wouldn't do that if Scott was sitting back on a wee bit further back, but it's on 9 darts in it, so you just go for it.
Yeah, I did notice there was a stage you had 64, I think it was, with 2 darts left, and Scott wasn't on a finish. You still went for the 14, hit a big 9 in the end. I'm guessing you would have gone for the bullseye, because why not, right?
Yeah, of course. Just poor darts.
A rare poor dart. Doubling started off sensationally. Towards the latter stages, what was it that a couple of misses? Was it Scott's putting some pressure on? Was it nerves, or was it just you can't hit everything all the time?
I don't think that's why I'm not a professional dart player. You can't. I don't think you can keep that standard the whole way through. There has to be blips. I think that you have a little dip in your form, but Scott picked up a couple of legs. He banged in 3 massive ton pluses in a row and then checked out. There's not much I can do about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was sensational stuff. We loved it every minute of it. You mentioned you're not a professional darts player. We've had people here saying this is Premier League quality. You know, what's the next step? I mean, you've played Lakeside, haven't you?
Yeah, I played Lakeside a couple of times. I played in my kitchen. Maybe I can play in the living room next week.
Yeah, I love your kitchen setup. The clock's lovely. It's a very nice kitchen.
Nah, I don't play darts the way that a lot of people think you should and play for money and play for being a professional. I've got a job and I'm quite happy in my job. So I would maybe go on the circuit. I've kind of got a deal in the background just now, but obviously with this coronavirus, we'll wait and see what comes of the WDF circuit. But I quite fancy it, but it depends on life, doesn't it?
Is that the first live darts Iceland exclusive? Alan Soutar has a deal. We won't tell you what, we won't tell you why or how, but he's got a deal. And I'm guessing it's legal as well.
It's 100% legit.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck with all that. Are we going to see you next week?
Yeah, I'm just about to enter in a minute when I come off here. I spoke to Matty.
Fantastic.
I'm working next week, but I'll manage to play.
You'll manage to play, and we won a couple of ton plus averages, because that was only 97 in the end. Terrible stuff, right?
Scott dragged me down Grampian players.
Scott, I was saying in the commentary, 80 averages have been more than enough to win ample games. It just happened to be against Alan Soutar. What more can you say?
Well, that's it. It was a lot higher than 80 for the first 5-6 legs, but
Oh, yes.
difficult. It's difficult to try and keep up that standard when you're losing leg after leg.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you in next week as well?
Yeah, I've already entered for next week. It's
Amazing.
It's a good competition to keep the arm in and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll be playing every week.
Yeah, there's a game I regret not commentating on, Scott, when you played. Was it against William? Yeah. And absolute cracker, and I just had one thing too many on. I couldn't balance it all. Then I looked back and I thought, absolutely fantastic. Never commentated on Scott. Look what he does. So I don't know if that was a punishment for me or well, there we go.
Well, here's hoping we get a 10-9 next week and it's against Alan.
That is what we're all looking for. Ton averages all around. Thank you very much.
Well played, Alan.
Look, it's been an absolute pleasure. Well done to both of you. The victory is firmly with Scotland tonight, in for both players, definitely. Obviously, Alan Soutar is the champion of IDA Shootout number 4. Do join us again next week. If you do want to enter, you might be able to do a quick late registration, dart.is/en. Alan's about to register. Why don't you as well? Can you beat the likes of these two? I guess we'll find out soon. Great work, gents. Well done. Thanks for the entertainment.
Thank you.
Cheers, bye.